Hey, it's Jacob here. In this video, we are going to be analyzing two ad creatives that I found here that I liked. One is about the four-letter word that you can see here on the screen. The second one is about delicious meals. I think the order is the opposite. First you have the meal, then you have the word, but we're going to be analyzing these two ads, and I'm going to be highlighting a couple of things that I would improve, things that I like about them, and I'll be sharing insights that I've seen working with over 120 brands and creating tens of thousands of ads for them. So let's get started with the first one here, the one about the poop. So let's start from the scratch, and I'll be just jumping in and sharing some additional insights.
For many women in America, even if you poop every day, as much as 20 pounds of hardened poop could be stuck to the walls of your colon. It's all
right. So this one already really great hook, very, very strong hook, talking about women in America. So you already know exactly what customer group they are targeting. Really good scroll stopper. You kind of have the weight loss kind of aspect to it as well. And then you have the expert angle. I suspect that this might be an AI. I'm not 100% sure, and it doesn't seem like a straightforward AI, but I'm highly suspicious that it might be. But let's continue with this.
pounds of hardened poop could be stuck to the walls of your colon. It's all thanks to a seemingly harmless food nearly every American eats.
Right, so first what they do is they paint the problem. So this is the problem. So for women in America, this is the problem. So they start with the problem, and you're like, oh, I might have that problem, or oh, I don't know, do I have that problem? So that's where it starts. And then what it goes is into explaining why that is a problem and like how it occurs. So it's due to harmless food nearly every American eats. And what that does is it tells you that, oh, it's not you, like you are not the problem. The problem is the harmless food that everyone eats, and that is what is causing the problem. So they all already take off like, well, you are not the problem, something else is the problem, but we can help you with that. They are just setting a picture for that.
Food nearly every American eats. It causes your gut to slow down, and when your gut slows, poop loses the momentum it needs to travel through the twists and turns of your intestines.
It's a very good explanation here about what it does and how it works, and explaining the entire process with the expert in picture. And then you have some really good capturing B-rolls to kind of go alongside of it, so you don't feel like this ad is boring, but the context and the storytelling is really good. And keep in mind that they've never said anything about the brand, what is the product, and I don't know it yet. So we are 23 seconds in, so let's continue watching this one.
Into literal cement that blocks your body's only exit, making you bloated, fatigued, and constipated. And even if you drink water, eat fiber, or take
So they have very good clips and fast-paced for this creative and the target audience. So very well done ad.
laxatives. It can feel impossible to get rid of your constipation for good. That's because none of these things clear out the poop cemented to the walls of your colon.
So what they've explained is the problem, then what problem occurs, and it's not, you are not causing it, but the food that everyone eats. And then it's like there's some other alternatives, but none of them work because they don't actually fix the root cause. We are 40 seconds in. They haven't shared the product, they haven't shared the brand or anything. That's all we know, and that's why I really like this ad. So let's see what the brand is and how they approach the big product reveal.
This is why I tell everyone about a breakthrough developed by NYC's top gastroenterologist, Dr.
All right, so just additional social proof on top of the already expert social proof that we have. So they're very well playing with that.
Sam. It's called Emma. This game changer clears out stuck.
All right, so here they go, and the product introduction was very smooth. It wasn't as hard sell. They just said like, oh, it's called Emma, and they show you the bottle.
Called Emma. This game changer clears out stuck poop that's making your belly bulge and keeping you.
And now they connect everything that they've shared to this product and how the product fixes everything they've explained. We are around 50 seconds in, and only now we are learning what the product is and exactly how it solves the problem.
Backed up. It's already helped over 1 million formerly constipated Americans. So if you're struggling with constipation, fatigue, and bloating, take control of your gut health by clearing out up to 20 pounds of stuck poop with Emma.
All right, so that was the entire ad. I think the entire script was perfect. Starting with the initial problem, then communicating the cause behind the problem, and that it is not you, but it is what everyone else does. And then what are some alternatives? They kind of went here: drink water, eat fiber, take laxatives. That doesn't help because they don't clear out the poop, and then what they go through, like, oh, a lot of social expert proof, and then they reveal the product and they get into some additional benefits and how it addresses all that they mentioned before in the first minute. The end screen is a little bit more salesy, a little bit more product focused, but at this point, most viewers would be convinced that, oh, like this is very interesting, let me click on it. And so this is not a big problem. It's something probably what I would replace. I would use just a natural CTA, maybe in a caption. I wouldn't use the end screen, but I think this is still pretty good, especially if they want to focus on the offer here to save up to 60% off. So this one has been a really great ad. Let's take a look at the other example that we have here. I'm going to move this a little bit here. So this example is from Hungry Rude, which I will reveal. And this one, I really like the framework on how they approach it. Not very much liking the ad, but we'll get into that. I'll share a couple of ideas and then feedback here as well.
As a mom that doubles as the family chef, I used to...
So this one, I'm 99% sure this is an AI voiceover. It's cloned the creator's voiceover, or this might not even be a creator's voiceover because you can pretty much immediately tell. I think this is one of the base voiceovers you have in the library from AI, but it's still a pretty good ad. Let's take a look at it and analyze the script and the editing style and the clip selection.
As a mom that doubles as the family chef, I used to dread dinner time. Now I have...
One thing I don't like here is in the first 3-4 seconds, the hook is very slow. The line, I think it's good. You could work with that. It's not the strongest, based on our experience working with meal delivery and quite a lot of brands that we've had there, including emails and others. We know from the experience that this type of hook is probably not the best and doesn't convert as well, and the line is very flat. It's kind of like the first thing that comes to your mind. So the hook could have been improved.
Now I have home cooked...
But what they are communicating is they are doing the targeting with the creative. So you can see that they say, as a mom, doubles as a family chef. So a mom that cooks at home and doesn't like really cooking because it takes a lot of time. So they are filtering exactly who this is for. So it's not for men. It is not for women who might not be moms. It is for moms who are cooking. So it is not for moms who might not like cooking, but it is for moms who are cooking, but they are cooking because they have to, not because they want to in most cases. And so they are just targeting that demographic, and they explain it in the first 3 seconds. Then they show the actual kind of like the final result, the before and after. So they show the after part.
Now I have home cooked meals ready in 20 minutes, stress-free. I used to...
Why I suspect it's AI voiceovers from the audio, but I suspect it's also an AI script just because you have the ChatGPT dash here. But the visual is really beautiful. And so they're going from selecting who's the target audience and just communicating that and the hook. The visual is not very good. Into here's the final result will help you achieve. Just continue watching and we'll explain how we do that in 20 minutes stress-free. So they add the final result, they add the benefit, but what they do afterwards is they get back to the problem. So they went from here's who we want to speak to, like if this is you, continue watching. Then it's the final result they'll help you achieve. So it is this home cooked meal. It looks delicious. You have the close up. It's ready in 20 minutes. It's stress-free. This is what we are going to help you achieve. But what they do is they don't communicate benefits or explain the product. They go back to the problem that they solve.
And it's stress-free. I used to spend...
So this is why I like the structure, and it's a little bit unusual. And I think it works very well for meal delivery companies and for companies where you can paint the picture of the final product and people know like what that should look like for them. So here, they don't like cooking and they want to see like, oh, I can get actually like really delicious and great looking meals in 20 minutes. That's what I'm interested in. And now kind of go back to make it a little bit more relatable and authentic here with the problem, back to the problem.
Every week planning meals, making grocery lists, and running to the store. Now everything is planned for me, and I get healthy groceries and personalized recipes delivered right to my door. No more cooking.
So a lot of great visuals. This is very important with meal delivery and any meal apps and companies here. So this is really kind of good, eye-catching, and still great fill of the time, because with a lot of meal companies, this ad is only 40 seconds, but with a lot of them, you don't really know what visuals to use. It's kind of making it a little bit more difficult for the visuals. And so here they kind of have really good use of the visuals for like 6 seconds probably, which is really good. And then they get back into like the final meal. So that's the most important part of any meal, a meal delivery ad, is just to show the final results. And it must be really great shots, looking really delicious. That's the main part and the core of the ad. So that's what they show here.
Planned for me, and I get healthy groceries and personalized recipes delivered right to my door. No more cooking separate meals. Hungry.
So a lot of different meals that they show, the final results. Some are more delicious, some are probably less delicious. I think simple meals like this one, it kind of makes you think like, oh, okay, like it's actually like gonna be what I see. Because sometimes when they show like super amazing meals, you are like, okay, it might be just on camera, and what you get is not as good. I think here they are probably looking with more authenticity, and you're like, okay, this might be like actually really good, but doesn't look as tasty on the video, this one, but
Root's 2-in-1 recipes use overlapping ingredients, so you can make 2 or more meals at once. With Hungry Root, I can have dinner on the table in 20 minutes. Plus, all of the recipes are backed
right, a lot of just the meal shot, the final after shots
by nutrition experts and tailored
with the voiceover. So because they've made it with the existing content, and they've had a lot of like the meal shots and a lot of the content there, what they did is they had an AI voiceover with maybe AI script based off on some of their winning ads or something they want to test. And they did in the editing, they had a couple of kind of B-rolls here, and the first one, a lot of meal shots. But what they were able to do is just put together a pretty good ad. It communicates everything in the voiceover. So for this type of app and this type of a niche as meal delivery, voiceovers are probably the most important. A lot of times performs better, maybe even than creator speaking on camera. So this is done well, and they're experimenting with that. I think it's missing quite a lot of B-roll shots that could have been much better ad, but
once. With Hungry Root, I can have dinner on the table in 20 minutes.
And the script overall is good, but it's not very creative. It's kind of like the first thought that you get, and kind of like you can tell that they didn't spend too much time on the scripting and trying to find a unique concept here. They probably went on like, what is working? Let's try to get a lot more there.
All of the recipes are backed by nutrition experts and tailored to fit any dietary needs. So I know my family is getting balanced, wholesome meals every single day. So if you're a mom looking to make...
Right, and another B-roll that they have, but pretty much the entire ad is just showing the final meals. So you can tell that, okay, the ad, they didn't put much effort into editing, or they were not filming new content.
Looking to make your life a little easier? Check out Hungry Root today.
So the overall visuals are really good, but that's existing content that they had. Visuals, I mean the final meals. The script is kind of like the first thing that comes to your mind. It is not special in anything. It is more of a middle of funnel, something if you were shopping or using a competitor, you might be paying attention to this, but this one is not as good. And I believe it was also turned off after a few days, maybe like within the week it was turned off. And you can tell by kind of, it is quick to make and it is good ad, but this one is just not going to be the winner in your ad account, because you kind of lack the variety of shots, and the script is just what you would expect from a meal company. Every other company could do the same script. That is where they kind of drop the ball, but I'm sure they have hundreds of other ads that are a little bit better and performing better. This one is probably not it. And you can tell by how long they've been running this ad for. So that is the analysis. I want to add a couple of insights from what we've seen working with over 120 brands, primarily DTC, a lot of meal delivery companies as well. So this was a little bit more relevant to us. And we've had a couple of winning ads, and we've had ads that didn't perform. So I could tell a little bit more on if this ad is likely to perform or where they drop the ball. So I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, hit the like or subscribe. And if you are interested in working with us, with our creative team on getting you some fresh ads for your DTC brand, just click the link in the description and we'll get to work together.